At 63 is what I want to talk about this morning. So at 63, we do not whisper our name, we thunder it. Jamaica, an island not just of land, but of legacy. Not just of waves, but of warriors. Not just of rhythm, but of resistance. We're 63 years young, but centuries wise. Born of maroon soil and mountain pride, of cane field sweat and freedom cries, of ancestors who dared to dream in the darkness and woke a nation into light. From the drum beats of Nanny's defiance to the fire in Paul Bogle's march, from the ink of Marcus Garvey's pen to the hands of Bustamante building arches of industry, we have never been a people to kneel unless it was to pray or prepare to rise. We are born of hardship, but not shaped by it. We shape it, we wield it, we flip it and turn it into music, into culture, into food, and into fierce innovation. Tell me, which other soil sings like ours? Which other sky births thunder in three colors? Black for our people, strong and bold. Green for our land, blessed tenfold, I might say 20-fold. Gold for the sun, unbending, untold. Tell me, which other island stands so small, but roars so loud? We have run with lightning feet and ruled with righteous hearts. From the tracks of Beijing to the courts of world opinion, Jamaica has been more. We turned reggae into revolution, turned beaches into boardrooms, turned patois into poetry, and though colonial scars still remain, we walk with a swagger that they never expected, an accent they could never mute, a soul they could never sell. And yes, we have stumbled, yes, we have strayed. Crime has cracked our silence, corruption at times have dimmed our pride, education still needs investment, or youth sometimes lose their way. But that's not for lack of brilliance. Sometimes it's just for lack of bridges. Still, at 63, we're here. We're rooted. We're rising. We're ready. Not defined by the gaps in our glory, but the glory in our gaps. We've sent our sons to build the empire's railways and daughters to nurse nations abroad. And yet from foreign shores they sing the name Jamaica like it's a psalm. And in these last 10 years, we've seen a shift. Unemployment has fallen to historic lows. Our national debt, once towering, has been trimmed with discipline and direction. Youth, once sidelined, are now being skilled for free, trained, empowered, and ready to lead. So let us pause, not in mourning, but in meaning, to measure how far we've come. We are more than the pageantry of independence parades. We are the policymakers, the planters, the protesters, the pioneers. We are the fishermen, still feeding families at dawn. The vendors whose stalls are shrines of survival. The teachers rewriting futures with chalk-stained hands. The athletes stretching the limits of human muscle. The musicians whose sound moves continents. At 63, we must now ask, what's next? Because freedom is not just a flag, it is function. It is farming smarter. It is fintech and fiber optic dreams. It is taking our place in the fourth industrial revolution, not as spectators, but as architects. It is when our children no longer have to choose between promise and a passport. When we build local, buy local, and believe local, because we know Jamaica can do global without losing soul. So let's turn minerals into movement, coastlines into capitals, turn Likabot Taloa into more than a motto. Make it a model, make it a mandate. Let us not just export talent. Let's invite it back. Let the diaspora know your blood still belongs here, your vision still needed here, and your legacy awaits. Let us reimagine governance, not as games of greed or back and forth, but guardianship of a greater tomorrow. Let us teach civic pride alongside mathematics. Let us make transparency a trend. Let our women be safe. Let our men be healed. Let our justice be swift and our peace be deep. At 63, we honor the past, not as a museum, but as a map. We chart a course, not just for survival, but for significance. Let this be the era where Jamaica feeds herself, fuels herself, frees herself from debt, from doubt, from depending on others to validate our greatness. Let every child in Tivoli and Trenchtown, every youth in Bulby and Brownstown, every student in Clarendon and Christiana know that brilliance lives here. At 63, we do not beg for a seat at the table. We build our own. Carved from lignum vitae, firm like our faith, sturdy like our stories, unshakable like our spirit. At 63, we are just beginning. So raise your flags, raise your voices, raise your faith, because the world has not seen all that Jamaica can become. We're not done. We're not past tense. We are not only what we've been. We are what's next. We are what's bold. We are what's possible. So at 63 and beyond, we're still rising, still reigning, still writing history with every step we take. Jamaica, more than a nation, more than a vibe, we are a vision in motion. And that is what we are at 63. And that's what's on my mind.